Hello, everyone. I am going to be talking about the four mainline games. I said four: GameCube, Wild World, City Folk, New Leaf, and New Horizons. That's fine. I'm keeping that in. No, we're talking about Animal Crossing because I am emotional and I want to talk about stuff that I'm interested in. So if you want to join me, then keep watching. Damn. All right. Well, first things first. What is my least favorite to favorite Animal Crossing game? I'm going to talk about the games first, and then I'll come back to this. I didn't even add New Horizons. That's why I said I'm going to talk about the four mainline games. I don't ever remember New Horizons, even though that's the newest game. Because look at these. This is Animal Crossing. I freaking hate New Horizons. Explain what you love about every game. Go to the next slide. I'm going. Okay. So I'm not even talking about everything I love, but we're just going to talk about the game. We're going to start with Animal Crossing GameCube. It's just called Animal Crossing. On the box, it says population growing. I personally say Animal Crossing population growing. Although you losers just say Animal Crossing GameCube. I love this game. I did play this whenever I was younger. I love this Animal Crossing game. I don't think I cannot ever give my actual number one. If you put a gun to my head, strap bombs to my chest, put a cyanide tooth in me, and said, if you do not, if someone was like, tell me your favorite Animal Crossing game, your number one Animal Crossing game, I could not tell you. Each of them, as you'll go through, have their pros. Animal Crossing GameCube is a hard one because depending on the day, I think GameCube is my favorite. I'll give you a little spoiler. My favorites are GameCube, City Folk, and New Leaf, right? Of the five mainline. I love the original game, obviously because it's the original. #nostalgia. I'm trying not to look at these games at a nostalgia viewpoint, which I don't know. I feel like I'll do a good job. Nostalgia's worth. You go back and play the games, and then you're just like, nostalgia be damned. Some things that I used to love are annoying. So obviously, I can look past that. My favorite thing actually was the art style. We had the art style improves and gets better, but it's the OG, baby. I love it. I love the look. I love the big heads, the blocky. I almost like the cone hats. They were annoying, but I just love them. I don't know. Let's look at the top left. So this wishing thing, I didn't really do much with it. I think if there was a lost item, you can do something about it. Couldn't you donate bells? I don't even remember. There was like a wizard. I've never in my life saw the wizard myself. Yeah. So it was weird, but it was such a cool addition. I think that's the biggest thing for this game, is that it's weird. If you could describe every Animal Crossing game with one word, GameCube, population growing, its one word would be weird. This game is weird like no other game does. No other game does it. The soundtrack is weird. That one time of the day where a cat just meow, like, iconic. It's just a weird game. I love it so much. The art, the vibes. To me, this game gives you weird with a beautiful mix of chill. It is so good. The music is the best out of the entire series. This one is really like, if you could suggest one game to someone who just wants chill, minus the villagers, but I think they're so lovely. But this game is chill. It's literally just, hey, pay off your home loan. I feel like that's one of the main, if not essentially only goal. Their side goals, like, oh, you can upgrade Nooks, but it's not like they're forcing you. It's kind of just like, hey, you upgraded. It's most like your house is just that one thing you have. Everything else, it's like, it's here, baby. I love this game so much. I still, to this day, if anyone's watching, if you ever find a video, I swear one time I walked past Cooper. I walked past him, and then I didn't even see him, but a pop-up popped up, and it was like, hey, you. And I didn't see anybody there. He was like, hey, what are you doing? Or something. He was like, hey, what are you doing? Or hey, come here. I he might have barely been on screen. I swear that happened. And I can never find anything about it. But this game is so weird, so wacky. I love it. It's truly, I don't even know what to say about it because I just look at it and I want to sob. But I've already sobbed today for different reasons. But this game is awesome. You can tell my love for the games based off of the photos, the amount of photos, and what photos I put. I really love the houses, actually. I've always been a fan of this house setup. Wait. I didn't know there was foam on the bottom of my microphone. Anyways, I've always been a fan of this house setup. It's like an X. You see this cobblestone right here? It's like an X. It goes choo, choo, and there's a house at each corner. I always love that because it's just like you're a community, yet you still have your own little corner. You see, like, ooh, there's your corner. Ooh, there's your corner. If this is the X, my sister always got the top left, and I always loved the top right. I always loved the bottom one as well, but I just always chose the top left. I think the houses, I just love the graphics in this game. It's not even a nostalgia thing. You just look at it and you're like, that's peak, baby. That's peak. I also love pixel art. This is like a 2D, 3D pixel arty. It's brilliant. I think it still holds up to the times, which another one of these games does not hold up graphic wise. The villagers, they were mean to you, but they were also super sweet. I love them being mean. I know people are like, when I was a kid it made me sob. Well, toughen up. Like, dang, bro. I remember being a kid just like, oh, that dude was rude. I just remember being like, okay, like, no offense, people are rude. Get used to it. It's a game, and it's one of the things I hate the most about the games going forward. It's like the more that Animal Crossing came out, the more that they nerfed the villagers. You know, I feel like each game they got nicer. They still could be rude, but they weren't mean. But New Leaf just nerfed these guys, or New Horizons, which, if I can remember, I will talk about New Leaf New Horizons, the name. I might have forgotten something for GameCube, but let's keep going. Oh, Animal Crossing Wild World. Believe it or not, I was just talking about the graphics. This one's so dark compared to this one. I was like, you can tell what I like based off the graphics. Not New Leaf, or not Wild World. Wild World is my least favorite. If you put a gun to my head before you told me the question, I'd go, Animal Crossing Wild World is the crappiest, worst Animal Crossing game ever. I remember being a kid. I got this game. I put it in my 3DS. Even I was like, what are these graphics? We just came from the GameCube. All of these are kind of HDified, but like the graphics in this game were so much better than this. And it's like, I had other DS games that were a lot better as well. Like, if it would have been, like, I know they can't smooth it out, but it's just like, these graphics suck. And playing it now is so slow. But looking at these photos, the vibes are here. I love the vibes. Animal Crossing Wild World was the first game that you could play quote-unquote online. I think you could actually connect to online, or you at least had to just connect through the same internet or something. You just had to be, I'm pretty sure, in the range of somebody. Or, no, I think if you added them in-game, you might be able to visit, something like that. I don't recall. I just remember I had a neighbor a few houses down, and we'd always connect and play this game, and she'd always message on there and be like, no one ever likes me. I don't have any friends. But now she's grown up and she lives in France. And she's got many friends. Love to see people grow. But no, this game sucked. There's nothing to do. They took out so many things. This game also doesn't have any real life festivals. It's like we have Acorn Day. We have blah, 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 blah. I don't even remember them. But it's like, I don't think there's technically a Christmas or like a Toy Day or like a Thanksgiving. I don't even remember. I just remember reading about it and I was like, oh my god, I remember all that. The box art for the Japanese is bussin', bro. I owned this game at one point and then I lost it. When I go to Japan again, I'd like to buy it. The vibes of these photos are beautiful though. I think, this introduced obviously the top screen, which was beautiful. I think they did a good job of putting balloons up there and having UFOs and that one dude flying. I feel like they utilized it pretty well. I mean, you don't want too much going on up there because obviously, like, I don't know. I think it's just secondary. It's just supposed to add a bit of like realism and life to the game because, so no, I liked Wild World, but it definitely sucked. No, would I say I hate Wild World more than New Horizons? I think Wild World did a good job of keeping the low, laid back vibe of the GameCube, of like the original, almost to a detriment, because it's so laid back where it's just like, you gave us such a huge town, you can't do anything about it. I feel like you removed features and it was like so barren, which is why I think, biasly, I think how crappy Wild World was made me love City Folk even more. I don't know what else I could say about Wild World, but it was interesting. I'd always get pissed off because when you use the touchscreen, a little icon of a pen would show up. If you clicked on your buttons, a button icon would pop and it would just switch back and forth. I would always just walk in, but also use the touchscreen to click, and oh my god, it got on my nerves. We get it. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares that I switched? Not me. Not you, Nintendo. Sheesh. No, but looking at these photos, they're really pretty. I think I saved all of these to my computer. Next one. Animal Crossing City Folk. Animal Crossing City Folk put a gun to my head. This, on a good day. On a good day, on a normal day, this game would probably be one of my favorite City Folk games. I'll just also tell you, I love New Leaf. There's so much to do in a way that almost makes it too much, which I'll get to it. But if you want like a bussin' Animal Crossing game with a good amount of stuff to do while not being too overwhelming, City Folk is at it. I added this photo at the bottom left because it's saying 11 things you can do in City Folk, just to show you. You have this dude, you have Phineas. Sometimes I think it has to be like a clear day and you haven't time traveled, Phineas will show up and you can get like one thing for free, I think. A balloon, a pinwheel. It was just a nice surprise because I didn't have a guide when the game came out and I didn't think of using the internet, and he showed up one day and I remember being like, who is this dude? I don't even think I talked to him my first time. I might have talked to him later, but I just remember being like, what? This girl, I think this might have been, something about this might have been in the original game, or maybe this was a Harvest Moon idea, but I don't know what I'm thinking of. But this girl right here, Serena, you donate enough money or something. I never did this in my game, which is why I would love to do a gameplay of City Folk, but you can throw axes at her and then she can throw you axes back if you lie or don't lie. I think it's a luck. You can get silver axes, gold axes. Yeah, but you unlock her and it builds a fountain at like the front of your, cause see, here's town hall. Nope. The gate. There's a gate. Do we have the gate photo here? No, we don't. Okay. It's in front of the gate. I think it's really cute. This is Celeste's thing. I didn't do it very often, but I guess in the museum you could go to Celeste and make things. I think this was the introduction of Gulliver with the UFO and just helping him get parts or something. No, you had to talk to people or something. I forgot what he did, but Gulliver would just something new. This one, it got cut off. I don't know what it is. There was just a lot of things that was introduced to New Leaf that were small things that I really, really loved. The biggest thing being the City Folk, or let's go to the city. As you see here, here's the city, and then you have a better photo here, and a better photo here, and a photo here, because the city is my favorite part of City Folk. It is so almost useless most of the time, but it's such a vibe. You're playing the game in the town, and you're just like, damn, I just need a break. I just need a break from the game, but I still want to keep playing. I'm gonna go to the city. Maybe I'll get my fortune read. Maybe I'll get my shoes clean. Maybe I'll walk around Gracie Grace and no, you can't try on clothes, but like look at the clothes and maybe look at the furniture and just like maybe go see a show. Maybe talk to Reed. Maybe go to the auction place that is totally useless. Maybe go to the HHR, Happy Room Academy, HRA, something like that. There was not many things to do. oh, get your hair done, whatever. But the vibes, you had so many music changes, I think, which adds to that as well. You have the best music in the world when you walk to the city. I have a 10-hour version on my channel. I listen to it all the time. Boom. I got my brother whistling that, and he's like, what's that even from? I'm like, that's my banger. But it's just good vibes, and it's still in the Animal Crossing game. You go to each individual place that you can, different music, different vibes, different things you can and cannot do. It's more of a, honestly, window shopping in the game, but I love it. I just love it so much. And then you come back to your town. It's just the basic Wild World town. Just basic. There's not too much to do, but still, I feel like City Folk is just, people say Wild World 2.0, and it's like, if you guys loved Wild World so much, then why are you pissed that this is Wild World 2.0? Because it's better graphics, and it's added a city, and it's just so dope. And I think City Folk also keeps the laid back vibe of Wild World and the laid back vibe of the city. I love it. It's truly, again, depends on the day, but I think it's probably like if someone was like, you can only play one Animal Crossing game, you can only touch one Animal Crossing game for the next 5 years, which would you pick and why? I think I would pick as much as I love GameCube, I could not only play GameCube for 5 years. It'd be between the Wii and New Leaf. New Leaf, there's so much to do, which I'll get to, but it's like, I feel like City Folk has the vibe. I don't know, I just love it. I feel like I had a lot more to say, but I'm just looking at it and it's just awesome. And I love the villagers. I think villagers started to get a little, they weren't fantastic in City Folk. I think they were still fine. I think they were good. They were great, they were fine, whatever. Animal Crossing New Leaf, exclusive for the 3DS and the 2DS and other S's. Animal Crossing New Leaf, which this game got announced and then it got delayed. I forgot how long, but it got delayed, and I remember I would watch Japanese YouTubers play Animal Crossing New Leaf while live translating, and I had a notebook and I was like learning about the game. But gosh, I remember the game came out on a Sunday. I pre-ordered it at GameStop. I was a child. I was forced to go to church before I could play New Leaf. I got home and I said, let's go to GameStop. My father forced me to have lunch, and then we went to GameStop. I remember being pissed that I wasted like 4 precious hours, but oh my gosh, I got the game. I sat in my bed. I played it the whole day. New Leaf is beautiful. Animal Crossing New Leaf, I think that's the best title out of everything. City Folk, Let's Go to the City, New Horizons, no. Population growing, I love it. It's the second best. Wild World, she's iconic, I'll be quite honest. But New Leaf, to me, that's the same vibe of Animal Forest. It's the closest I feel we have to like Animal Forest. But New Leaf to me is like a new Animal Forest. Animal Crossing, new Animal Forest. Does that make sense? Wild World is iconic too. Like they're good. New Horizons, it's fine. I don't want to give her credit, but it's fine. So the base game was fantastic. It was sold as is. Spoiler, we got Welcome Amiibo update, which didn't add actually too much if you didn't care about the Welcome Amiibo portion, but it still brought really cool stuff. Animal Crossing New Leaf, this was the map. The maps, I think they were really huge. A lot of them are awful. But this game was the first time you could pick your map. I think you could look 3 or 4. You could shuffle through them. And you had like a section with your town tree where you're a mayor. This is the first time you have like you're not a villager, you are the mayor, it was cute, it was fun. I remember being like, what? This is where you plant your tree. It's like a town square kind of. This is where the events were held, and where this is a bussin' town square right in front of this town hall. See, that's good placement. A lot of events would pop up here. A lot of events would also pop up at the town hall. You had recycling center. Oh, I forgot to post a picture of that. It introduced Cyrus and Reese, some of my favorite characters. They added even more to the game. They were married. I loved them. It was like a secondary shop. It introduced more economics to the game, because it's like you could sell at retail for a bit more, or you could sell at Nooks for a bit less. But also, if you sell at Nooks, it helps upgrade Nooks, and if you buy at Nooks, it helps upgrade Nooks. So it was just like really interesting. And then this is the train station right here, where the arrow is pointed to the right. And this staircase, you walk up here, you're brought to the, I don't even want to say city. It's like a town shopping center. It was like a shopping square, a shopping center. You had Nooks here. The next one was the eventual, you had to build things up. I think every time you spent money, or you had to do a prerequisite to unlock a shop, or you had to have a certain amount of time as a mayor, etc., etc. But you had Nooks. Next one, I'm pretty sure you had the garden center. Next one, I think, was like the haircut place. You had to go upstairs to do the haircut place. And then below it was Sables. And then next to it was Labels. And then next to it was Kicks. And then depending on your map, if your beach was on the right side, your museum would be on the left side. If your beach was on this side, your museum would be on the opposite side, so it would have been over here. So this map, your museum would be on this side. So let's assume this is the map and we're looking at it here. Your museum would be this direction where the arrow is going. On this side, you have the post office. Next to it, you have Nook Homes, the introduction of like changing your home, outdoor stuff, roof and fence and all that. Next to it was Club, what did they call it? It was either Club LOL or Club KK. KK as in KK Slider, or Club LOL. Club LOL might have been the Japanese one. I totally forgot what it's called. Next to Club LOL was Katrina's like fortune telling. I think next to the fortune telling, or it might have been, no, it wasn't the fortune telling. So next to Club LOL was Luna's dream place. I think every day you could make 5,000 bells from her if you updated your dream address. But by the way, the economy in Welcome Amiibo, or Animal Crossing New Leaf, was busted. People had 999k. No. Yeah. 999. No, let me start over. 999k bells. Almost a billion bells. They had almost a billion bells. The full maxed out thing, because you could go to this island, bug hunt. You could also, there was many glitches in the game. They kept patching them up, and then I think a lot of them are still there anyways, because there were too many. Oh yeah, but then there was Katrina's, and I think that was it. Oh, and then there was a bench wherever so the bench would have been on the side of the beach, and then or maybe it was next to no, it was on the side of the beach, and then you look off the cliff. It was just beautiful. And there was a photo booth where you could take photos. Wow, I miss New Leaf. Right now, New Leaf is my favorite. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. Is this the city? Yes. Look, you see? Look, you go up the stairs. Look, where the arrow. You go up the stairs and there's a hair care place. Post office. KK. You go down, and was that the dream? No. Nooks. You go down for KK. And then right here, I think that's the dream. And then next to it was Katrina's. And look, there's the photo booth right there. That blue thing. Oh, I didn't know I could zoom in. Oh my gosh. Oh. Anyways, yeah, I loved it. I loved Main Street. I hate it though that you could just walk over to it. I would have loved if they did something similar to City Folk, where it's like you took like the train. I know it was a long loading screen. I'm anti-loading screen. I'll be completely honest with you. I never noticed the pyramids. I'm anti-loading screen, but I think a loading screen would have been like a loading screen that had to, like, you did have to have a loading screen to go over. But imagine if you had to go into the center, take this bus real quick, or the train to get over there. That would have been cute. But I guess walking wasn't bad. The game without the Welcome Amiibo update was fantastic. I did not think anything else was needed. I didn't even think of anything. And then they introduced Meow coupons with the Welcome Amiibo, which are the prerequisite to Nook Miles. And then Welcome Amiibo, do you see this arrow right here? It brought you over to like a campsite. So imagine if it didn't look like this, but imagine you had one RV, you had camper stuff, you couldn't go into a house, but it was almost like, yeah, it was like Harvey's Island, except in New Leaf. They took a lot from New Leaf. They should have taken more. That's all I'll say. And then you could scan Amiibo RVs to get extra furniture. You could scan Amiibos to get specialty furniture from Sanrio or NPCs. You could also spend your Meow coupons, which again are like Nook Miles for items. It's a really cool addition. You could easily avoid it if you wanted to. There was no reason you had to do it, but it was also just gives you new furniture and just it almost gave you dailies to do, and there was like achievements, almost like in-game achievements. It's like a Nook Mile, and it was really awesome. The second best thing, by the way, or not the second best thing, the next thing, there was a thing called Tortimer's Island. He retired because you became mayor. I don't know why I'm telling you the lore of this game, but Tortimer's Island, you could play mini games. I wish I included the shop photo. And there's a shop, and there's just so many characters, so much backstory, so much lore to the game. It's beautiful, and I think right now it is my number one game at the moment. My number one game at the moment. Windows 11 version 2.3H2 is downloading. My computer is off the walls. I keep getting the blue screen to death. But TLDR, this game has so much, which honestly is very overwhelming at times, but there's just, oh, and you can finally place furniture outside. I saw a lot of people say, well, at least New Horizons, you can place furniture outside. And I said, actually, I was on Twitter. I was like, actually, you could do that in New Leaf as well. You can. There are limitations. You can only do like one per day. It costs money. You have to go through Isabelle. And it couldn't go too close to anything or whatever, but it was still really cool. I hacked my game. I did hack my game. I was one of the girlies who had weeds in her river. I would love to replay this game. I think I've said it before. The reason why I made this channel is because I feel guilty if I don't archive and record the games I play. I cannot do that on a 3DS because I don't have a capture card. Yeah, I would love to get a capture card at one point, but they're very expensive. I don't even know if half the people make them. I know you can pirate and emulate the game, but mine have never worked. Last but certainly least, Animal Crossing New Horizons. I was so hyped hearing about this new game. I was so hyped seeing the trailers. I remember playing the game. I played about 10, 15, 20 hours. And then I got to a point where I was like, is this it? It might have been even sooner than that. 10, 15 hours. I just remember just being like, is this it? Like, this is not Animal Crossing. I see the argument online. People are like, the game came out around quarantine. You binge played it. That's why you're bored of it. That's why you hate it. These games aren't meant to be binged. I'm like, number one, no. I binged every game. I binge play every game. That does not matter. First of all, Animal Crossing is a bingeable game. If you make an Animal Crossing that is not bingeable, you have not played an Animal Crossing, you know? I mean, yes, some people can play it, just pick it up daily, play for 20 minutes, but I'm just saying, an Animal Crossing game, if you have a free Saturday and you want to binge play for Saturday and Sunday, you shouldn't get bored, right? I mean, you will get like bored, but like, you know what I'm trying to say? I think it's just dumb to make excuses like, well, I can emulate. It's like, no, shut up. I think the KK Slider thing, all of these things you kept having to do up to KK Slider, getting 3 stars, I thought was really neat. I am a girly who loves achievements. I like goals. I like tasks. I love working towards something. I think it's awesome. I probably have trauma from childhood, that's why. But I love stuff like that, especially in like sandbox games, because it's like sometimes sandbox games can kind of sandbox as in like you can do whatever, but if you have a bit of direction, it helps a lot and it makes the game a bit more enjoyable, you know? After KK, I remember the title showed up the first time this happened, the little credits, and I remember being like, what? Is the game over? It was not, but I just remember being like, okay. And then after that, it's not like, all right, you know, it was nothing after that. Not saying that the game needed stuff, but it was weird to give us so much stuff and then to let go of our hand, because it's like, okay. But I almost feel like we completed everything. Our museum was probably getting close to be upgraded. Our Nooks was probably being close to get upgraded. You can only upgrade the museum once, which that's fine, right? Nooks, you can only upgrade it once, which is not fine. How are you going to take something so basic from every single game and make it look like this? Pardon my French, but make it look like this shit. Bonkers is horrible. Awful. Also, this layout is cute. I like the idea of it's like a corner ATM. Cute. It's just really disappointing. This is definitely like a designing simulator game. I feel like the animals, honestly, I will say that I feel like the animals have a bit more charisma to them. I don't like the new NPCs. I don't like that they took away so many features, especially going from New Leaf to this. It's just like, what is wrong? Like, what? I know people say hate's a strong word. I don't use it as a strong word. To me, it's like, I hate this game. I hate this game. I still like it, and I play it. Just because it's the easiest for me to play. Whipping out a Wii or a GameCube or even a cartridge on a DS at this point in time is just awful. Like, hard to do and annoying, but grabbing your Switch and going. It's a digital download for me, so it's just easy. I'm not happy about it. And I've tried to play it like older Animal Crossing games, but it's like, this game, you can't. It's so shallow. I don't know. I didn't want to say much to it, so let's go. What is your least favorite to favorite Animal Crossing game? I would say my least favorite is Wild World, just because it has so little to do. At least New Leaf has some stuff, but Wild World is truly the epitome of like, what the heck. Next least favorite, I would have to say New Horizons. I have 400 or plus hours on it. 400 plus hours. Like, it's a fine game. Even when it came out, I was like, something ain't right. Many people that I know also very quickly dropped it. Most of the people don't ever go back to it. They always say, like, same as me, oh, I crave playing Animal Crossing. I crave Animal Crossing, but like, I don't want to play New Horizons. And it's like, I get it, you know. My next least favorite at the moment, well, I guess now I'd go to my like third favorite, second favorite, and then first favorite. So now my third favorite, after talking it out just today at the moment, I would say GameCube, like very close third to second. So GameCube, right? Just because City Folk, I was like, damn, y'all selling me on that city. But no, I would put GameCube and City Folk. So the GameCube and City Folk, I would say they're both my second favorite. I think those two are so hard to compare. Because adding the city, while it does bring a lot, it also adds so little. I will be honest, I love the city, but it adds so little. Take away that or even add that, I feel like Wild or GameCube and City Folk are almost comparable. I'll be honest, I feel like they're almost the same game, which they're both good. So I think they're both my second favorite. And then at the moment, just through talking it out, New Leaf. I think New Leaf is my favorite at the moment. So thanks for watching.